And here we go. We are live. All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mike, aka Bag2K1, and I am here today. This is actually my second live stream today. Well, yeah, you kind of get the point. I don't know what to say really, but anyway, yes, this is my second live stream that I've been doing. My first one wasn't too long ago actually, and I was just rambling about stuff that I didn't even know about. So I'm just going to be rambling about one specific topic, and yes, that will be WrestleMania 31. Yes, we're talking about WWE today, and I'll be honest, WWE's been getting a lot of heat lately when it comes to booking, and I don't blame those people at all because it wasn't the greatest build-up in the world. To be honest, I actually hated most of the content myself from what WWE has been producing from most of their shows. I know I'm probably sounding like every other YouTuber that's saying this, but it's true. But it's alright. I mean, I'm still looking forward to WrestleMania either way, because it only happens once a year, and it is just like the Super Bowl of wrestling, basically. So you at least have something to look forward to, because there's at least one good moment in every WrestleMania. There's at least one good moment, and I don't know if we're gonna get that moment here. I mean, the card looks okay from what I see, but I don't know. Some things could be improved. I'm not gonna go too deep into it. Yeah, but I'm just gonna get into the card here. I'm by myself. I'd be with someone else, but I'm too lazy to get anyone else on here. I get Knuckles Sonic 143 on here, but I don't know if he has this type of equipment, and well, yeah. But who knows? I may get in a video with him eventually to do the review for WrestleMania 31. Probably won't be a live stream like this, but it'll definitely be a video if I can get him around. So we'll see what happens. But for right now, let's go over this match card here, and I will ramble as I do so. So we have in total 9 matches here. Yes, I'm looking at Wikipedia. I can't do it all by memory right now. So yeah, we got 9 matches, 2 of which are in the pre-show, which is kind of weird. Normally there's only 1 pre-show match. I don't remember the last time they've ever had 2. So, I don't know. So let's get into this here. So we got the first matchup here for the pre-show. It is is a fatal 4-way tag team match for the tag titles. It will be Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, fact, with Natalya versus the New Day, Biggie and Kofi Kingston with Xavier Woods, versus Los Matadores, Diego and Fernando with El Torito, versus the Usos, Jimmy and Jey Uso with Naomi. Now, all these teams have at least one manager with them, wrestler or not. I mean, El Torito is considered, yes, he is a wrestler. And actually, I wanted to get into El Torito because this isn't going to be too long of a rant, but I don't like El Torito that much. It's not like his race or anything like that. It's just they put him over too much, especially with Cesaro. Of course, he just got hurricanranaed out of the ring, and I thought that was just so dumb. I mean, Cesaro used to be one of the most greatest, probably one of the greatest powerhouses in Ring of Honor, and they just have him jobbed to a freaking bull, like a man in a bull suit. That's not going to make your character strong at all. That's just going to make him look weaker. So I don't really like how they did that with El Torito and Cesaro. It had to be Cesaro. It could have been someone else, really. If it was Heath Slater, okay, but not Cesaro. Come on, WWE. But let's get into the match here. So Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, like I said, they are the tag team champions, and as far as I've been seeing, they've been doing a pretty good job as a tag team. I mean, they kind of remind me of the Kings of Wrestling without Chris Hero. I know a lot of Ring of Honor references, sorry. But I do think they work pretty good as a tag team. Because, like, I saw their match against, I believe it was whoever they fought at the last pay-per-view. I want to say it was either the Usos or the Matadors. I think it was one of the two. I can't really think of it off the top of my head right now. Sorry. But from what I've been seeing, they've been doing a pretty good job as a tag team. So I'm cool with them. The New Day, I don't. Yeah, no, that's all I have to say about that. Oh, and actually, yeah, quick fact: Xavier Woods. Actually, a couple of these guys, you'll hear me mention them as I go on. But Xavier Woods actually was on an episode of Smosh Games. It was actually pretty cool. They were actually with Mari, Joven, Sohinki, and Lasercorn, and he was on there as well with Paige, Daniel Bryan, and Seth Rollins, and they were playing Gang Beasts. And it was definitely an interesting gameplay. So I thought they were going to play WWE 2K15, but clearly they're not. I don't think they're going to be doing that anytime soon, unless if they decide to just play it. But seriously, it's been a long time since at least I've seen like Smosh play a WWE game for Game Bang. So I kind of wish they get back to that, but this isn't about Smosh, so let's stay away from those people. Smosh isn't even on that channel anymore, so it's not like it. They're not on as often, but whatever. So, yeah, getting back to this matchup here. So, the Los Matadores, like I said, I don't like them, and I don't like El Torito. When I first saw their, match, their debut match and, the promos that came before they even started fighting, I wasn't into it at all. It was just so dumb to see them fight all together. But, if you like them, then good for you. But I don't like them personally. And then we also have the Usos, which I hope they don't win this match. Why? Because they hold the titles way too often. When they first won the titles, I mean, I was fine with it, but really, they just got so repetitive. So, I guess my prediction for this matchup, I'm going to say that Tyson and Cesaro retain the titles. Mostly because, one, it's a pre-show matchup, and two, because, well, I don't see the New Day winning the titles. The Usos won the titles enough, and I don't see the Los Matadores with the titles either. So, I'm going to give this one to Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. Excuse me. So the next matchup we have on the pre-show, this is the second match for the pre-show, we have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Before I get into who the competitors are in this matchup, I actually like the concept of this matchup. I think it's pretty cool to give an in-memory type match to Andre the Giant. So that was a good choice by WWE. So the announced participants in this matchup are The Miz, Curtis Axel, Ryback, Fandango, Adam Rose, Zack Ryder, Jack Swagger, Titus O'Neil, Darren Young, Big Show, Kane, Eric Rowan, Damian Mizdow, Sin Cara, Goldust, Heath Slater, Mark Henry, Connor, Victor, The Ascension, and Hideo Itami, a.k.a. Kenta. All right, so first thing I want to say is I wish Kevin Owens was in this matchup. Nothing against Kenta or anything like that, but I personally prefer Owens, who also blocks a lot of people on Twitter. I'm good enough not to get myself blocked by wrestlers. I'm just lucky or I don't know. Something around those lines. But there's a couple of potential winners for this matchup. Like I can see let's see. Most notably like Ryback and Mizdow winning this matchup. Because Ryback has been built up to actually possibly win this matchup, so I can see him winning. Like he's been in a good amount of promos saying that he's gonna win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, so it's a possibility. And I can also see Mizdow winning, probably just him eliminating the Miz. Like the Miz takes out someone like I don't know, he takes out like. Well, let's just say Ryback for right now. Let's say he, like, Miz gets Ryback out randomly, and then Mizdow just takes out Miz himself. And then they basically start a feud between the two, and Miz just attacks Mizdow, and they go into a feud. I can see that happening. So, who I want to win this matchup, I would have to give it to Mizdow, but I think that Ryback is going to win this matchup just because of how built up he's been, I guess. So I'm going to give this one to Ryback. So the next matchup, well, we're out of the pre-show now. So getting into the real card here, I'm just going to go about like how Wikipedia lists it here. So the first match on here, this is the third match. It's not third, but first one listed on here. World Heavyweight Championship matchup. Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman versus Roman Reigns. Okay, before I even get into this matchup, I want to say, like a lot of other people have said about this matchup, the build-up has been horrible. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that little tug of war that Brock and Reigns had was just, it was not fun to watch. I don't know why they decided to fight like little kids over a belt. Like, it's just, that's not really going to make either one of them look strong either. Kind of like Cesaro when he basically just got hurricaned by El Torito, and that was just pointless to do. I actually got some viewers here. Look at that. Sorry. But shoot, what was I saying? I lost my spot. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying about the build-up, it was so damn bad. And Reigns is definitely going to win this matchup. You can just tell just by how Vince is trying to shove Reigns down our throats because he really wants Reigns. Like, I guess he's trying to make up for what happened last year because, like, we all wanted Reigns to win the Rumble last year, but he's gotten old, like, really quickly, and he's gotten booed really quickly. I mean, he basically got booed out of Philadelphia. So whether you like him or not, he's probably going to win the world title at WrestleMania, which I don't really agree with at all. I kind of wish Lesnar kept the title, but it makes it a little bit tougher also because, like, Lesnar said that he was going to sign back with the WWE and basically just close the doors, as he said, to UFC. So I'm going to say that Brock is going to win this matchup. Like, I want Brock to win, but Reigns is most likely going to win, which he's going to get booed out of the arena. But there's always that possibility that Seth Rollins could come out and cash in on Reigns or Brock for that matter. He could cash in on either one of them, but I can more likely see it happen on Reigns than Lesnar. So I think Rollins is going to come out and cash in on Reigns, who will win the matchup, but I want Brock to win. So that basically sells that one. And the next matchup here, we have Sting versus Triple H. Now, first of all, I'd like to say, back in November, when Survivor Series was airing and I saw Sting come out to the arena, I was shocked, but I was not shocked. Like, there were a lot of rumors saying that he was going to come to WWE, but I wasn't too sure if I wanted to believe in those rumors or not, because sometimes rumors don't exactly happen, especially coming from the internet. But no, it actually did happen, and he did attack Triple H, and now they're going to have this matchup at WrestleMania. So who's going to win this match? Sting. Really only because I've heard a lot of YouTubers say that this is probably going to be an only one-time matchup, and then he's going to retire. The guy's getting old anyway, but we don't really know how long he's going to be wrestling. This could probably be his last match, and we don't know about it. If that's the case, then Sting's going to win. But if he's going to compete in more matches, then Triple H is going to win. So I want Sting to win, but Triple H, I'm going to predict that Sting wins all in all. I want him to win, and I predict that he's actually going to win. Also, because I don't see Triple H winning either. Even though he did lose to Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30, it wouldn't make him the most powerful after WrestleMania 30, and then he just goes to WrestleMania 31 and he just loses to Sting. But I'm going to give this one to Sting just because if it is going to be his last match, he may as well win, if that really makes any logical sense. I'm just rambling. So we got the next matchup here, as it will be the ladder match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. We got Bad News Barrett, R-Truth, Dean Ambrose, Luke Harper, Dolph Ziggler, Stardust, and Daniel Bryan. Now, there's been a lot of talk about this matchup. A lot of things, like the build-up for this matchup has been terrible, and that Daniel Bryan was just thrown into this matchup, like, out of nowhere. In which I don't really get why people are being all, like, pissed off at this, especially with, like, R-Truth being in this matchup. I mean, R-Truth isn't my favorite superstar, but he's really just getting all this random heat for no reason. And also, like, Daniel Bryan, he's getting a bunch of heat as well. Like, he was just in a world title matchup, and now he's in the Intercontinental Championship spot. I don't really see why people are getting all pissed off about that. I mean, yes, he was world heavy. I mean, no, I'm sorry. I know it doesn't really make sense for him to, like, go from World Heavyweight Championship status to Intercontinental Championship status, but if he wins the Intercontinental Championship, then he'll basically have held all the championships in the WWE. I mean, he's held both the WWE and World titles. He's held the U.S. Championship a while back, and he's held the tag titles. So if he wins the Intercontinental Championship, that's going to be a huge accomplishment for Daniel Bryan on his part, that he got to hold all the titles at least once in the WWE. Sorry, got thirsty. But I know, like, my rambling isn't exactly going to make sense to a lot of people, but yeah, just I personally don't mind Daniel Bryan going into the Intercontinental Championship title spot. I mean, it isn't a ladder match, so he's got something going, but otherwise I'm not too psyched. So, all right, I'll explain let's talk about the build up for this matchup. So basically, the build up for this matchup, it's basically started off with a matchup between Bad News Barrett and Dean Ambrose, and Dean basically, got disqualified, and he stole Barrett's championship, and that was the end of it. And then it started to continue because other superstars such as Ziggler and Truth and Stardust, they started stealing the championships as well, or the championship. So it was interesting, but that's another people were freaking out about is this terrible build up to this matchup. I found it kind of humorous, mostly because of R-Truth. And a lot of people don't like Truth. They don't find him funny. They don't find him like a good superstar. They hate him. I'm gonna come out and say this, that even though he's not exactly the greatest wrestler in the world, I don't mind him. I mean, my dad basically hates him. Yeah, he hates R-Truth. My dad is basically one of the people that don't like R-Truth. But like I said, he's definitely got potential to be the new Intercontinental Champion, especially since he hasn't won a title for a while. I think the only title he's ever actually won would probably have to be the tag titles. So, so for this matchup, I kind of want to see Dean win this matchup, mostly because he hasn't really had too many title reigns. The only title he's ever won was the U.S. Championship, but that was basically it. I think he was basically getting a break. That's why he hasn't been really winning many championships lately, because he's had one of the longest U.S. Championship reigns in WWE. So they're probably not going to give him the gold for a while. But it would be nice to see him with the Intercontinental Championship. So I want Dean to win this matchup, but something tells me Daniel Bryan's going to win. I mean, all these guys have the potential to be the Intercontinental Champion, but Daniel Bryan I personally see winning this match. So I want Dean to win, but I think that Daniel Bryan is actually going to win. So there's that match. So next up we have The Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt, which I have to say was probably the best build-up for this matchup. Now, one thing, I'm not trying to trash Undertaker fans or anything like that, but I don't see any purpose of him being in this WrestleMania. I mean, I like The Undertaker, but I guess basically after the streak ended, there was really no point in having him wrestle anymore. He should have just went right into the Hall of Fame. But it is what it is. And this is basically like a dream match. I mean, I'm actually looking forward to this matchup myself, also because the build-up, Bray's rocking chair got lit on fire, and I thought that was a great promo. So this is really tough of who's going to win, because the torch is supposed to be passed on to Bray, but I'm kind of thinking that it would make Undertaker look weak either way. So I'm not entirely sure about who's going to win this matchup. I think Bray's going to win, but something tells me that I want Undertaker to win, but something tells me Bray's going to win. But like I said, the build-up for this matchup has been really good. I mean, like, Bray even came out of a coffin, and like we all thought it was Undertaker. Like, it was, I mean, he had the Druids and everything like that, and all of a sudden the Druids come out with the coffin, and the crowd's cheering. They're like, "Oh my God, it's the Undertaker!" And then they open the casket, and there's Bray Wyatt. That's a way to mock the Undertaker right there. Even to get the Druids out there, that's pretty hardcore to mock the Undertaker like that. So Bray's basically playing mind games with not only the fans but probably the Undertaker as well, since he's been mocking him basically and like imitating him with the Druids and the coffin and stuff. So I thought that was pretty awesome. It was pretty sweet. But yeah, like I said, I think Undertaker. I want Undertaker to win this matchup, but I think Bray's going to win just to see the torch get passed off to Bray. So Bray's going to win. All right, so the next matchup. Oh, geez. For all you people that say Diva match gotta pee, go to the bathroom and don't watch this video. So we got AJ Lee and Paige versus the Belton twins, Brie and Nikki. Yeah, no one cares. I don't care about this matchup. No one cares about this matchup. Paige is a good wrestler, so is AJ, and Belle's alright. I don't care about this matchup though. No one cares about this matchup. There hasn't really been that much build up to this matchup besides the fact that Paige and AJ are official tag partners now. They basically just dropped the whole frenemies thing. But no one cares about this matchup. I don't care about this matchup really. So I probably won't watch the Divas matchup. No, I probably will because I'm just weird. But if I had to choose someone, want AJ and Paige to win, but Bellas are probably going to win. So I say Bellas are going to win. So there's that. Let's not talk about that anymore. Let's just move on. All right, so we got sorry, I was just looking at something. All right, so we got the next matchup. It's the singles match for the United States Championship. Rusev versus John Cena. Okay, so this feud has been interesting for the most part. This has definitely been an interesting feud. This is basically like Rocky versus Ivan Drago, except the Rocky in this matchup gets booed. And of course, I'm referring to Cena. And you know what I've been noticing lately is that all the haters of Cena are nowadays being more focused on Reigns. Like Cena hasn't been getting as much heat as he did a couple of years ago. So it seems like people just stopped caring about Cena altogether. Like at first they were, when he had the Dr. Thugonomics gimmick, they were all like, yeah, he's so cool. He's got the rap. And I don't know if people really thought that, but they were all right with him. And then 2006 rolled around and ECW started booing them, and eventually WWE started booing them. And then now they just stop caring, it seems. They don't even care about Cena anymore. The fans don't, anyway. And then Rusev, who's actually been called racist on some occasions, I should say. Their words, not mine. But so yeah, he's the current holder of the U.S. Championship, which is better than Sheamus. I should say that. I don't like Sheamus. I don't like him at all. He's not that good of a superstar, to be honest. But yeah, the build up for this matchup. I mean, the last time these two competitors fought, then that's when Cena had lost to Rusev. And I'm pretty sure Lana said at one point that Cena had given up. It didn't look like he really gave up to me. It did. He just basically looked like he passed out. So he didn't technically. He didn't look like he really gave up, unless if I just missed something. If I did miss something, I'm just sorry. But yeah. So now they're gonna have this rematch at WrestleMania. I mean, Cena choked the living hell out of Rusev. I mean, I haven't really been watching a lot of like Raw or SmackDown lately, so I'm not familiar with the more recent promos. But the last promo I saw with Rusev and Cena, basically Cena choked out Rusev with the STF until he was like out cold. He was knocked out, and until Lana basically said, "Yes, you can have your matchup at WrestleMania for the U.S. Championship," and it happened. And then they had the contract signing, and apparently Cena stripped down, apparently, because you apparently have to take off your shirt before you even think about attacking someone. Anyway, so once again, this is another tough match to call because, like, being an American, I want to see Cena win this matchup, not Rusev, because, you know, I want to see my country win, and, you know, I want to see Rusev's streak come to an end. But that's the thing about Rusev losing is like his streak and how powerful he's going to look afterwards. I mean, he could just be buried by Cena at WrestleMania. He could just be buried just like randomly. And he's just probably going to be forgotten about. Or he could just like he'll probably move up to the World Heavyweight Championship status. Who knows? It's kind of tough to call this matchup, but I think that Cena's actually going to win. I mean, I saw Grimm's Toy Show do his predictions, and he said that Rusev is going to win. I don't agree with that. So I'm gonna go against Grimm on this one and say that Cena is going to win this matchup, which I actually do want Cena to win. So it's like I think he's going to win, and I actually do want him to win. So I think Cena's going to walk out with the U.S. Championship. All right, so the final match on here, we got Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins. Now, Randy Orton was put out by Rollins, and Orton has been seen since, and then all of a sudden he comes back. And he attacks Rollins. I think that was on the last pay-per-view. And yes, I'm actually kind of happy that he did that. Oh, geez, I'm not making any more sense at all. I'm sorry, but yeah, there was actually one good promo. Now I think about it. There actually was one good promo where Randy Orton was basically talking a bunch of smack about the Authority. Like, he called Kane a dumbass, basically. And he looked at Joey Mercury, and he stared at him for a couple seconds, and then he just moved on. So that was kind of funny. And so yeah, like I said, I haven't really been paying attention to the more recent or like promos between these two. But from the last things that I've been seeing were basically Randy calling Kane a dumbass, and he was just all up in the Authority's faces. So, who do I think is going to win this matchup? Probably Rollins. Most likely because he may cash in on Reigns during the main event. So, I think Rollins is going to win all in all. I want him, and he's going to most likely win. So that's basically it for the WrestleMania card for WrestleMania 31. I apologize if this seems boring to any of you, but I wanted to get my predictions out there for you guys so you guys know what who I think is going to win at WrestleMania 31. So that's basically all I got. And I'm sort of excited for this pay-per-view. I mean, the build-up for this matchup wasn't that good. Like, the booking wasn't that great. And I didn't really care for the Divas match at all because, like, really, who really gives a shit? But otherwise, like, besides the Divas matchup and anything else that just seemed like a bunch of bull crap to me, I guess this pay-per-view seems a little bit exciting, but I guess it wasn't as built up as Vince had wanted it to be. Like, it's not as big as a build-up as it should have been. I think it should have been a lot better, but I think the reason for that is basically because of the booking, like I said, especially with like that stupid tug of war with the World Heavyweight Champion Brock Lesnar and Reigns. Like, I still hate that promo, and that's all I have to say about that. But regardless, thank you guys for watching this. If you actually watched throughout this whole thing, then thank you. That gives me, a little more support, I guess. So basically, yeah. So I guess I'm gonna plug some stuff now. So subscribe to my channel. There's a little button down there called subscribe. I think it's red now. It used to be yellow like a long time ago. So you can go ahead and press that red subscription button down there if you hadn't already. And what happens? You subscribe to me, and like I said, I'm close to 100 subscribers. So if I can actually get a couple more, then I'll be very well appreciated. So go ahead and press that subscribe button, press the like button, maybe leave a comment. Hell, even add it to the favorites. And I also got a Twitter. Yes, I'm sure. I'm not sure if most of you actually knew that, but go follow me at NuxRules14. I post some stuff over there that I think is funny or weird or anything around those lines. So go ahead and follow me on Twitter if you would like to. And also, I got to give a shout out to ENA Wrestling, who had actually given me a shout out about a Chris Heath photo. It said it was basically a photo of Chris Heath, and it was a meme. It was a photo of Chris Heath, and in white letters it said "fuck Chris Heath." So he gave me a shout out. Well, Pez did, but he gave me a shout out on that. So thank you, dude. You're cool. And so that's basically all I got. Thank you guys for watching. I may come with a review. WrestleMania 31 review eventually with Knuckles Sonic 143. If I can, I'll see if I can get him to do a video with me. Like I said, it won't be on this like type of format like a live stream or anything like that, but it will definitely be a video. So look for a review coming soon on this channel. And so I guess that's basically it. So I'll be back with a review video, and enjoy WrestleMania, I guess. I'm probably not going to be the greatest pay-per-view in the world, but we'll see what happens. I guess you can't really judge a book by its cover. That's the thing. Don't judge a book by its cover. That's one thing you should not do. So thank you guys for watching, and I'm sorry if this was boring to most of you. But I just want to get this out here. So thanks guys for watching, and I'm out.